All right, welcome to the podcast.
What's up?
Hello.
Just kind of loafing.
Just kind of loafing.
Back, covered an entire track.
We took a
2-week break.
2-week break. Although it won't look like that. It'll look like we'd previously taken a 2-week break because it took me 2 weeks off of the last podcast.
All the news was old.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of old news on this one, but we need to talk about some shit, so...
Yeah, good stuff. All right, who are we going to start with?
Well, first...
Introductions.
You're Joseph.
Yep.
I'm Kris.
Myles.
Chris.
And Myles is here, so also
Hi there.
there's Giuseppe, Christoph, and Milesh.
Milesh. That's me.
Those are Soviet names.
Milesh.
Milesh.
Wait, then we need badass Russian last names then.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not that creative. I'm not that creative right now. You can't just spring that on me.
Alright, moving on.
We'll add it in post. Okay. Chris, what have you been playing?
No, let's start... Okay. Well, I played a whole benchy bunch of Resident Evil 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I like
remake.
the remake.
Not the original.
Not the original.
I heard that game's shit.
That game's trash.
Aged like ass.
But yeah, I like Resident Evil 2 a lot. It looks good, runs good on my PC. I was able to max out all the settings. Had some weird issues where the reflections looked weird until I fiddled with some stuff. And even then, it didn't look great in some spots. I played through that game like all 4 times. I did the Leon and Claire A and B. For the last one I did, which was Leon B, I played with cheats. And I just gave him infinite ammo. And as soon as I found the Desert Eagle, I just swapped out my pistol for that.
Just blew up everything.
Just like headshot, just everything explodes. That was great. That was probably my favorite way to play that game, actually.
I think that's the only way I'm going to play the game.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed it the other times through, though. I like the puzzles in it and the interconnected nature of the levels
puzzles?
and stuff. Yeah, dude. I mean...
yeah, no.
Puzzles in the sense, not in the traditional
You
sense.
find a thing and you put it in the
yeah,
thing
it's
and
about
you
knowing
pay attention to the map. And
yeah. I really
the puzzles I love.
Yeah.
Like, those are good.
I really like how the map tells you when you're done with an area as well. So
Yes.
that's what I would often do, even when I was like going fast or whatever, like in later playthroughs. It was like, okay, grab this, check the map, yep, blue, okay, move on. It was a really good way to know that.
Yes,
you know,
I hope they continue that.
I didn't know the map did that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
room is red.
far enough to...
A room is red if there are still objects for you to collect in it.
Including, like, ammo to pick up?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Literally everything.
I don't pick up ammo because I have infinite ammo.
Yeah, so on my 4th playthrough, what I would do is pick up ammo and immediately destroy it.
Yeah,
in the
okay.
inventory
I'll
just
probably
to clear
start
the
doing
map.
that then.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That has a bit of a hokey story, but it was told a lot better than the original version of it, that's for sure. Like, they made it seem actually, like, serious. There's moments toward the end of the game where it's just like, man, yeah, like, that's a moment. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the story is all about how the police released a virus to kill all the people in the world.
To keep all the people of color down.
God damn it.
Because the police are...
What else have you been playing, Chris?
Don't worry about it.
God damn it, Chris.
Shut up.
We're like 2 minutes in. Already covering important political topics.
Also, I started a new playthrough of Spider-Man because I want to play through that DLC.
God fucking damn it.
Gross.
Yeah.
No,
Miles likes the game.
I really like the game, actually.
Yeah, so I've been playing a bunch of that.
The best iteration of Spider-Man.
New game plus?
No, I just started a new one.
I don't think there is.
There's a new game plus. They did add it, but it's not like God of War's where there's actual like
it's just
progress to make.
again.
It's just like, no, you just have everything. So
No, you're just a badass.
yeah.
Like Spider-Man.
Ah,
What?
you can feel like Spider-Man.
So it should have been New Game Plus from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of stupid that you have to unlock all these things because I'm Spider-Man and I'm already awesome. So.
And hasn't he already been Spider-Man for a while?
Well, yeah, it's not like he's starting from zero, though. He has a whole bunch of abilities. He's just getting new schmecks.
Mm-mm.
I want the
They
new
took
schmecks
away all
from
my
the beginning.
abilities.
I want to hack them into the game, into the mainframe. So, have you tried any of the DLC?
I'm almost at a point where I'll...
It's all about Black Widow?
There's a Black
Panther?
Black Cat one,
Black Cat.
there's a Silver Sable one, and then some other dude called like Hammerhead or whatever.
Hammerhead.
Is he a shark?
He's not a street shark, no.
Shame. Golden opportunity. Pissed
I mean,
away.
if he was, then I'd have to...
It'd be too violent.
Yeah, we wouldn't be allowed to play.
Sony would have, like, crazy pixel censorship all over them.
Oh, no.
I guess I could have initiated the DLCs at any time. They're in their own little separate thing, but I just want to play through the main game.
You want
again.
all the things,
Then
then go in.
Yeah. So other than that, I've been playing some War Groove.
War Glove.
Do you get some... Wait, hold on the Spider-Man topic. Do you get new costumes with the DLC?
I think so. They've also added some for free.
They don't have the game anymore.
They've added some for free as well. There's one where it's like a Fantastic Four outfit with a paper bag on his head. There's one that's the Sam Raimi movie Spider-Man suit. Like
I like
Tobey
that one
Maguire
a lot.
Then there's another one called like the Future Foundation suit that's like mostly white with like silver eyes and stuff.
That's pretty sci-fi.
Yeah, looks pretty sci-fi. Shut up.
I haven't seen it, for the record. I don't know what game we're talking about.
Send this lad to the ranch.
We're going to hang out with Jack.
Yeah, I've also been playing War Groove. It's a game
War Glove.
It's from the Chucklefish, I think they're called.
No.
The guys who made it. It's Advance Wars, but Fire Emblem.
Which... It's
mostly Advance Wars, just with like some of
the great stuff from Advanced Wars and the good stuff from Fire Emblem to make a good game.
Yeah.
Not the okay stuff from Advanced Wars and the shit stuff from Fire Emblem, which is most of Fire Emblem.
Like, it does have hero units, but you only seem to ever have one at a time, at least so far. They're not the focus. Like, every character is a hero in Fire Emblem, right? With their own level and all that sort of stuff. In this, you're mostly dealing with fodder units that you're producing out of bases. You capture the bases.
Oh, it's an RTS.
Turn-based game.
Oh.
But it functions kind of like an RTS in some ways, even though it is turn-based. Enemy... Or your unit damage is based on how much health they have, because health is a representative of how many individual units are within that unit, I guess. So it's like if you have a soldier, it actually represents like 4 or 5 guys, that kind of thing. So as they take damage, you're losing soldiers, and then they're not as effective in combat.
It has crossplay between
all
PlayStation.
the versions. No, not PlayStation. Everything but PlayStation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Including it has cross sharing for the creative stuff in the game. So you can make your own levels, but more importantly, you can make your own campaigns in the game, including like cutscenes, and like you can script like where characters are going to be placed in the scene and
Seems
move.
like it's so powerful that the game itself could have been created.
I think
their creator.
I think it was
cool.
Yeah, with the exception of I think the characters will you get little sound bites. Like it's mostly just text speech, but you get little sound bites. That was all stuff that they added. I don't think you can add your own for that, but otherwise...
for the better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine it's only a matter of time till the PC community is like, break it wide the fuck open, we're modding the shit
And I hope the first thing that they mod are the... So the game looks gorgeous. Like all the little in-game sprites and everything look great, and the animations. It's just the character portraits look absolutely hideous.
But it's by design.
Yeah. Like
is it?
Yeah, there are some mams.
Scrumptious war vets.
Yeah, that's
some mams.
The only other game I've been playing a little bit of is like another Switch game called Dragon Marked for Death.
Sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Explain it to me.
Yeah, it's a game by Intercreates, the guys who made Mega Man Zero on the Game Boy Advance. Very similar art style. It's like a 2D game. It plays kind of like what if Mega Man was more like sword focused, I guess. And
I'm digging it.
But it's structured a little bit like Monster Hunter.
Oh. In
that you have like a main town, and then you accept a mission, you go off, and it plunks you in a somewhat open area. And then you complete your objective, go back to town, level up, get gear, that kind of thing.
I was so interested, and then he said it was a side-scroller thing, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I love the idea of what that is.
I'll have to show it to you. I don't think it'll be your thing at all.
Yeah.
But it's...
it's allow me to watch it and just look at it.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to play it.
Is
it exclusive to the Switch?
For now, at least, yeah. I was really enjoying it, and I've tapered off a little because, I don't know, it seems like I hit a wall really early on of just... I am just not outputting enough damage to really...
Buy more mobile gems.
Yeah. Well, it's a game that has a multiplayer as well. It almost seems like it's balanced around that.
Multiplayer and side-scrollers.
Yeah. But also it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll try multiplayer. Oh, right, Switch Online, never mind.
Uninstalled the game.
I have heard...
like, AI compadres join you?
No. I have heard that it does get a little more
beefier
as you level up.
Oh, you get bigger.
You get bigger, and then they get smaller.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I've been doing, and then watching movies.
Movies. Casual.
I'll go next.
Yes.
Cool beans.
Okay. So I play a shit ton of Dokkan Battle. Nothing changes. Alright, on to the real game. So I have also played Res 2 Remake. I have now completed Story A and A for
Claire and Redfield.
Claire and...
Shit, Leon.
Leon
Redfield.
And I am playing it on PlayStation 4 Pro. And it runs at a very 60, smooth right? 60. Like, there are no issues. The aiming was a little wonky at first. But I find doing third-person shooters on PlayStation isn't as bad. Because it's not like a... I mean, if I could snap to units like I know I can on computer, I would be an absolute god. Yeah. However... It's
a game that requires you to be precise, but doesn't cost you too much when you're not terribly... precise.
Yeah, but so I was rolling through the campaign and stuff, and I was running out of ammo and stuff, and I was like, man, how do I get infinite ammo?
Oh,
and I looked it up, and it was like, y'all gotta complete the story in 3.5 hours. I was like, man, that's bullshit. All right, guide, here we go. And I ran through the game because I want to enjoy it my own way, right? Yep. Anyway, so I completed it at 3 hours, 29 minutes, 22 seconds. I almost cried. Dude, it was... Like, I don't know
so
how...
emotional.
I'm not sure how much of the game is based around RNG, but fuck, it feels like it. Because, like, I'm like the big scary dude, right? You know who he is, right?
White Tyson.
Yeah, White Tyson. Okay. So I know for a fact he's on one side of the map. And I'm like, okay, I'm going here, open up doors, like, BAM! I was like, what the fuck, man? And I go running across the... Anyway.
I'm picturing, like, the alien in Isolation, where it's like, you know he's over there, but he's in that vent, too.
Yeah. But anytime I had to deal with White Tyson, came my one issue, my one true issue with the game, and it's character movement speed. It is too fucking slow. I'm sorry, if you're running for your life, you don't just
meander.
Yeah. Which is, so for the most part, it's fine, except for there are two enemy types that it's a huge problem with, which is dogs and lickers. Like, they are absolutely way faster than you at your fastest, which is not very fast at all. So you either have to deal with them or stealth past them, because there's no running from them, really.
Yeah, movement speed seems to be...
It's
not amazing, but animation priority, like, stacked with that, so when you finally do turn around in a hallway and start to run, it's like...
grabs you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, like, there was...
Put all my controls down.
There was one instance in the last part of the game, you're in a laboratory and they have automatic doors that open, okay, if you go near them.
Yeah.
Right.
So there was a female zombie. Have you heard them scream yet? It's really annoying.
It was in the trailer and I was like, ugh.
Anyway, yeah, but so this is through my Claire playthrough, right? Because I don't really remember what I did in the Leon playthrough because I was looking at a guy, I was like, booking it, right? And then White Tyson just oh fuck!
And was your first playthrough the one where you went fast?
No, so I played as Leon. I got about like 5 hours into the game, just kind of doing my own thing, and I hit a wall because I had no more ammo. I couldn't find any. No, I was out of shotgun ammo. I had no Desert Eagle ammo. Like, I had like 5 fucking handgun bullets, and I was like, man, I'm gonna lose my shit if I see this dude one more fucking time. Open the door, there he is. I was like, I am done, and I rage quit. Well, because, like, I was like, I just stood there and he beat me to death. I was like
it's not even worth it.
And the worst part is, I hadn't saved in an hour and a half. So I went all the way back to where I was. And I was like...
Yeah, manual save states, not amazing.
There is auto-saving.
It does auto-save.
There is auto-saving.
Yeah, my infinite ammo playthrough, I didn't actually save once. And I think that affected my... Because then when I got to the end, it's like, not only did I get great speed, it was like, you never even saved once. S+, or whatever. S+.
Really?
That's goofy.
That's how you get an S+?
Maybe it might have just been the time, but it did say I didn't save at all, so it's scoring, so I was like, I don't know, maybe that had something to do with it.
In the speedrun, I think I had 12 saves, because I was just looking at what it was saying, right? It was like, run here, run here, run here, but there was one instance where I had to run and do a thing quickly, and you have to move some shells. And in the guide, it was like, I recommend you do this now, so that when the shit's going on, you're not
Oh, killing all the...
You're not trying to kill zombies and avoid White Tyson while moving these bookshelves.
Right.
I didn't do that. I was like, I don't need
How bad can it be?
How bad can it be? So I get back into the thing, and there's a zombie eating a dude, and I'm like, okay, he's not going to touch me because he's preoccupied. Move the shelf, and a fist. And I was like, where the fuck did you come from? Anyway, and then
it was White Tyson?
Yeah, they just showed up. Like, I heard the footsteps.
I just imagine him, like, peeking around the corner, like, if he touches that shelf, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him.
Like,
those are my books!
I could hear the footsteps in my headphones, right? But it sounded like he was way off to the side. Like, they didn't sound very loud. I don't know why I wasn't really paying attention. I was way too focused on the fucking guide, and trying to do it all fast, and then I heard the zombie. I guess it turned around and looked at me. I was like, oh no. And then, and I got punched in on it, and I just put my controller down. I was just like... I was like, what's the point?
That's nice, dear.
I will say, like, White Tyson, my first playthrough, he was probably the scariest thing in the world to me, or most annoying thing as well. In subsequent playthroughs, I didn't have a problem with him. Like, once you realize how he works, and, like, how easy he is to get away from, even within the same room as him...
Shoot him with a kneecap and run.
No, you just literally... walk around him.
Shoot him
like he's...
Yeah, you have to run around him before he starts punching, because he tracks while he punches.
Yeah. Or the other thing I realized, and this applied to zombies as well, is there's a really easy way to bait their attack and get out of range. If you run towards the screen at the last second, it gives you kind of a short burst of speed, and that's like the closest thing to a dodge in the game. And you bait them to either punch in the case of White Tyson, or grab in the case of a zombie, and you can move just outside of the radius and then walk around them at that point.
Maybe that's just a PC thing, because it didn't feel like it was happening on fucking PlayStation. Anyway, so yeah, no, but back to my Claire thing. So I buy automatic door, and I backed up. I have infinite ammo, right? My handgun. I just threw everything else in the thing. I was like, I'm walking around just this.
He stole.
That's all I need.
It's really stupid that it applies to this one handgun. It should just apply to all the handguns.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It should apply to all the guns. It should be infinite ammo.
Yes.
Not infinite handgun.
Make it like 2 hours that I have to run through the game.
Yeah.
Make it infinite ammo. I'll do it. I don't know how I would do it, because the game is impossible to do in 2 hours.
Yeah, it still took me 2.5 hours to do it, even with infinite ammo.
Yeah. Now, once I got infinite ammo as Claire, I dismembered every zombie I came across. Every single one.
Give me those knees!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so then, like, if you knock a zombie down and they're playing dead, if you shoot their arm off, they'll stand back, or they'll move again. And I'm like, yeah, I knew you weren't fucking dead. And shoot them again. And
I'm just shooting every body I come across. And if it flinches, I just keep shooting
until
it stops
Here's one thing that really bothered me. So my infinite ammo run, using my deagle, there's a part where... a part where you open up a bunch of prison gates and a bunch of zombies come out, and then White Tyson shows up. So, of course, I knew that was going to happen. So before opening the gates, I went up to every cell and blew the head off of every single zombie in every single cell.
Then you open the gates and they came out
still...
anyway. That's some bullshit!
I then killed them all again, and then, like, White Tyson didn't really know what to do, because I think he's programmed to...
He's supposed to go around the other way.
The other way, because you're going to avoid the zombies, but it's like, no, I'm killing everything. He's like, oh, well, fine, I'm coming back around here, and then I still shot him. That was actually really satisfying on that run, is I never really ran from him. I would always just shoot him until he took a knee, and then move on.
Well, yeah, if you're using the deagle, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, so automatic doors, I back up, and I'm reloading, and I hear the screech, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta move. And she caught up to me, and then she killed me, because I hadn't healed in, like, ever. I had infinite ammo. I don't need to heal.
Yeah.
Right, I was at red, like, caution.
Infinite ammo roughly translates to infinite health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can kill them faster than they can kill you, you're a god.
Yes. And then there are... I don't know, maybe it was just me, maybe it was because I was using a controller, but I found some of the, like, boss encounters very annoying.
They were,
very annoying.
Bosses,
It's the same old shit Resident Evil has.
Yeah.
If you don't do it perfectly, they will...
Like, there's no dodge mechanic.
Yeah.
So it's like you either have to be the right distance from them and anticipate their move and just move out of the way naturally, or you're just going to take the hit and heal and rinse and repeat. Yeah, the bosses aren't the best in the game.
I loved Res 6's dodging.
Yep.
Like, every direction.
Well, even...
yeah, you fling yourself into...
Even 4 and 5, at the very least, tended to have little QTEs that you could hit to, like, do a little dodge at the last second or whatever, in a lot of cases.
I'm sad QTEs are disappearing.
There are no QTEs at all in this game.
I mean, unless you want to consider having a knife on you to stab something while it's grabbing you.
Which, okay, so there's
That
actually...
is a thing. You gotta kill all the raccoons.
Or you flip it on with the mod program.
Fuck you, okay?
Fuck
Wait,
you!
you gotta kill all the raccoons?
Yeah, you gotta kill all the little
raccoon toys?
So it's a... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, so it's a moral choice. Do I kill the raccoons?
No, they're really cool, man. They're gonna sell me some real estate.
God. That was something that actually really annoyed me in the game, was if you get grabbed from the back, you have no option to use a counter weapon at all.
Like, you're telling me that I can't take out my knife and stab this dude like this?
Over your shoulder, yeah.
Like, fuck off.
What was the movie where the dude was grabbed from behind and he put the gun, like, against his chest and pulled the trigger, blew them both away? I want to do that in Resident Evil.
I don't know. Hold on a second, boys.
Bye, Mouse.
Bye, Ma.
Don't drop the Timbits.
Shut up.
What have you been playing, Joe?
Diablo.
How's that going for you?
Pretty good.
I guess I didn't mention that. I've been playing Diablo, too.
No, you haven't.
Alright, yeah, you have been playing it. I've been dabbling.
Chris has been adventuring with me in Diablo. And Myles has, whenever he can make it over. That's been it, though. I played a bit of that Chinese game, Bright Memory. That was pretty cool.
What's that?
Like, first-person shooter. It's all made by one guy on the Unreal Engine. Just like crazy over-the-top action thing. The episode 1 came out. That was fun.
That's another thing, actually, that you just reminded me of, too, is the Hong Kong Massacre. That came out. We played some of that. I haven't played much more.
I played the first 2 levels.
I played like 4 or 5.
Is it just as dope as when I was watching you play?
Yeah, I really liked it, yeah.
Well, you've seen everything that
he didn't realize there was actual slow-mo in it. He thought that was just a thing from the trailer.
Yeah, I was dodging through everything.
You can bullet time like any time in that game.
So infinitely more powerful.
Between that and the dodge ability, like if you hit dodge, bullets don't hit you.
Yeah, I thought the game was already fair with dodging.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if Hotline Miami had two ways to be invincible?
Yeah. But, in the game's defense, in terms of its difficulty, it does have... Every level has, like, the...
knows where you are.
Yeah, there's no sneaking up on an AI. Even if they're not facing you, as soon as you become within, like, a direct line to them, no objects between you and them, they immediately flip around and take a shot. Yeah. Like, they don't mess around. AI, but also, every level has challenges, in quotes, where it's just like play the level.
3 different things you can
play the level without missing, play the level without using slow-mo, and play the level under a certain amount of time is usually the thing. You're typically not going to do all of those in one go, but thankfully you don't have to, which is nice. And those give you star points that you can then use to upgrade your weapons, including getting infinite ammo.
Infinite shotgun. I like the shotgun.
I need to see if it's on the PlayStation Store yet.
Oh yeah, because that was the thing. We were looking and
it was waiting. Like with the release trailer I watched was a PlayStation launch trailer, like on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the same day as far as we knew.
It didn't come out, or it didn't come out in North America. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk like that.
There's different storefronts, I guess, for the PlayStation.
I'll see.
PlayStation.
I'll check.
Anything else you've been playing, Myles?
Oh yeah. Not really. Like, I got wrapped up in a lot of res, and then I finished Claire's, and then I need to take a break from it. It's infuriating.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I'm only playing on standard difficulty.
Yes.
I can't imagine dying in one bite, because I imagine that's...
Is that the hardcore mode? Yeah,
Probably.
Probably.
They take away a bar of health every single time. Just one.
Is there a health bar representation thing, or is it just the caution?
It's just the caution thing.
Okay.
But the different states represent different things. There's like caution, or there's fine green, caution yellow, caution orange, red.
Okay. Hong Kong Massacre is still to be confirmed.
That's
on PlayStation, really. They must have run into some last minute thing or
probably fucking Sony being retarded. All right, let's move on.
Yeah,
to the news.
You can't show violence against Asians.
Yeah.
Should we not briefly talk about Diablo?
We've all been playing Diablo.
Wow, but. Talk what we've done. We cleared a 3-man 95.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was good. Chris, have you gotten stronger since then?
Like a fraction of a
nice. We're doing a 98. I need to clear a 100 solo with my Jade Doctor, and then I'm gonna.
I still can't get
leveling up
any ancient items for my Crusader.
It's luck, man. It's luck. You sound like you have the luck I had last season.
Yeah. Well, it's like
we heard you. Like, I think we were like to the last 3 weeks of the season before I ever had an ancient weapon. Once I had an ancient weapon, we bumped it up to like 94 or something.
Yeah.
Like it's like that. It was amazing.
Like one of the first things that happened in the season was I got an ancient furnace.
And you're not using the build that uses the ancient.
I'm working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, you need 2 more pieces.
We're building the condemn set now.
For better or worse.
It has more crowd control. So
it's a better build. I like it better. It's pretty cool when you spam condemn and then it all pops off at the same time. It's really cool.
It looks way better than the hammer build, and it actually has crowd control, unlike the hammer build.
And
fake crowd control.
And Joseph has the ability to stun people. I have the ability to pull people in, so then you can even just pop everybody that's inside that.
Yeah.
I think it can work. We'll just have to get in sync.
The
cool.
band.
Get in the sync.
All right, on to the news.
On the news. First up, Yakuza Kiwami has been confirmed to have a release date on PC, on Steam, for February 19th.
Cool.
So that's coming up real soon. And it's not going to be using Denuvo. So that's nice.
Yay.
No Denuvo.
I hate Denuvo. It's bad.
It is bad.
Don't use it. If you use it, you're stupid.
You're bad.
You're bad.
So not much to say on that one, but...
yeah, that one's not the new engine, eh?
That's still the Zero engine.
Kiwami 2's new engine?
Yeah, Kiwami 2. Although what's most likely to happen next is 6 will come out on PC, because that's the order it came out on PS4. If they're going to continue doing it on PC, they still haven't said anything about it.
They'll have to see how Kiwami goes, because they promised
those two, and that's it. Yeah.
In game news, sorry, this is kind of like my own game news, I guess. What game was just mentioned that it's not going to be on Steam anymore?
We'll be getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh, is it?
There's a few.
Yeah.
And like big titles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
So next up, speaking of Resident Evil 2 earlier, it's going to be getting a new mode called Ghost Survivors on February 15th.
Ghost Survivor.
It's going to be free. It'll have 3 what-if stories.
It's not co-op.
They're really missing the fucking bullet.
You look so disappointed. That's why I said it now, in case you were slowly getting your hopes up.
Oh my god. Why are they fucking stupid? Why can't there be Leon and Claire at the same time? Why is that such a hard fucking concept?
Like, period. Even if it doesn't make sense in your story, I don't care.
Then White Tyson wouldn't be so terrified.
Yeah, or he'd be worse. Maybe there's 2 White Tysons.
2 White Tysons.
Like that.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, it's going to be 3 like what-if story things of other survivors, including like the gun shop owner and some other people as well.
Aww. I don't like him.
You don't like Michael?
Now, so when
James?
I mean, the thing that happens with him is supposed to be sad, and I was just like, well, like, it had to happen, so...
I don't feel bad for anybody in a zombie apocalypse, because it is the natural progression.
Yeah.
Just,
we need it.
Like, they went really hardcore with the, like, whoa, this is, like, a very touching, sad thing, and I was like, I don't care. Like... It's a good thing you did it, because I was going to if you weren't, so...
What I was really expecting was to hear a second gunshot, honestly.
Yes, yeah, really.
Is it the kill the daughter thing that they always have to do?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? How do you know what it is?
Because it's in every zombie thing ever. Kill the daughter probably should just kill himself, too. Hopefully you get to pull the trigger when you're playing.
Ooh.
I very much
do it in a hard game.
I would do it too.
Like, the second it starts is him and his daughter, and she's still fine, and then he just turns and blows her away.
Well, because, like, a situation like that is, you'd hear me clicking already. Like, when I get this opportunity...
Renegade!
Okay, sorry. That sounds cool. They're shit in the bed.
More free things, more good co-op should be there.
What's weird, though, is when I was first hearing about this, there was talk that it was going to have some sort of randomizer element to it.
And they've not mentioned it since.
Not since. So, like, before those details of it being, like, those 3 survivor stories, that's what the story was, is that it was going to be some kind of randomizer element. After the news came out that it was these 3 stories, no talk of that since, so I'm not sure what the...
Hopefully they do, like, the 3 free stories and then, like, paid randomizer mode.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
do that.
Yeah.
So then when you play hardcore, it's no different then, is it?
I'm not sure.
Seem like it.
Well, if there's no randomizer thing, why would there be?
I know.
A
So
separate
did
thing
you just play the A modes or the B modes?
I've only played the A's so far.
Okay, so the B modes. I guess actually this goes into the next story. Actually, before we get to that, apparently Resident Evil 2 has 4 times the number of players as Resident Evil 7, so it's doing quite well.
Well, because Res 7 did so well, right? Like it drew everybody back.
Res 2 is the first game on Steam, the fastest game on Steam to hit overwhelmingly positive.
And I think that's
overwhelmingly
and
positive.
It has mouse dampening, so that's saying something.
Yeah, it's the fastest to get overwhelmingly positive.
Fastest, yeah.
Like actually, it was a problem in Res 7 too. I never felt like Ethan ran anywhere.
Yeah,
he just did his like little meandering.
Well, yeah, so his hand went up and nothing changed. Which is
they run like this?
It's very typical of horror games to do that. It adds to the tension and the suspense, but it still drives me.
You feel like they're right behind you.
I'm just saying that why can the zombie run faster than this for one?
It's literally decaying.
Oh, well, and then
he can't feel the pain in his knees.
Yeah.
Oh, and also it takes way too many shots to kill zombies. You were not lying when you said that to me.
Yeah, you don't kill them. You put them down and move on. Is the thing
with infinite ammo?
Beagle.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Reload. Bang.
Or it's more like bang. Bang! Bang!
The head slowly comes back, hit him again.
Unless you have a shotgun with infinite ammo.
Yeah.
One shot
I
headshots.
just unlocked the shotgun on my playthrough, so.
Well, the shotgun, you always want to wait until they're like just about to get you and then like pop their head.
Or fire and then fire and then fire and then fire
and then reload.
And then reload.
It's
4? Okay, fire.
It's 4 until you get the 2 attachments for it.
So with infinite ammo, fire and then fire and then fire and then fire and then fire and then
no,
fire.
what would be even better than infinite ammo? A no reload.
That's what it is.
Yep.
That's what it is on the PC. I think this is one that you'll probably have to buy again later on PC on like a sale or something.
Oh, I'm buying it.
I'm buying it like standard.
The other thing I wanted to mention is that's a good point that you mentioned, Joe, about Resident Evil 7 being really good and then 2 doing really well. Mm-hmm. I think that's a factor that not a lot of companies seem to take in mind, is that you're always going to be operating off of the success of your last game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So 7... I know they talked that it did well, but it didn't like blow them away in terms of sales. Like that was operating off of the reputation of Resident Evil 6, which had a really bad reception. It was a fun game, but it was not a quote-unquote Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
I mean,
to a lot of people's expectations.
It was the first one to incorporate this crazy thing called aiming and moving. How crazy!
What?
Yeah. No, it wasn't all that. It's just it's not what people wanted out of the series for the most part.
It could have been a Resident Evil spinoff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Raccoon
so
City.
The next game in the series, like the next mainline game, was always going to be held back a little bit by that reputation.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder that the next like true installment after 7, which did have a really good reputation, is doing so well, is because, oh, I heard the last one was really good. I better check this one out.
Yeah, if this game had been shit, it would still be doing okay.
Yeah, and then the next one would suffer.
Yeah.
It is the whole cycle of it.
Yeah.
So, are they just going to start remaking the Resident Evil games?
So
2, 3,
Capcom...
4, 5, and 6 would be amazing.
Capcom has
3,
said...
4, 5, 6 would be amazing.
Capcom has said that the possibility of a Resident Evil 3 remake is up to the response of fans. The response of fans has been very positive.
Why is that a question?
Yeah,
like,
so...
just do it, guys.
And also, there's a lot of talk among like the Resident Evil fan community that it seems like, based on little changes they've made to the story in Resident Evil 2, that Capcom may be working towards establishing like a new canon for the series.
Ooh, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Like just
because
little...
it went down a direction.
Yeah.
As of 6.
Yeah, so depending on what they do with 3, and then if they remake Code Veronica, like that would be... Those would be...
I can see their remake of 5 and 6, if it happens, not having co-op.
Yeah. And I could see if they do get around to...
Partner. Sheva's useless.
Yeah, she doesn't need to be...
5 was originally not supposed to be a co-op game. It was supposed to be like just a spooky horror in Africa.
Were you always supposed to have a partner?
No. And then Shinji Mikami left the company, and they were like, what if action? If you were making like a true survival.
Yeah, honestly, it went from a horror game to an action game.
But even Resident Evil 4 was pretty far along that path. Like, it had its moments that it would try and...
Well, that one part in the room where there's just hundreds of dudes running at you, and you're, like, karate kicking them, like, just for literally half an hour. Yeah. It's like, this was probably meant to be a Devil May Cry game.
And you have a QTE knife fight with a super soldier.
Yeah. It's very clear there was a different direction for that game design.
And then have a QTE runaway sequence from a giant animatronic midget Napoleon.
Oh shit, I don't remember that. That sounds glorious.
Yeah, it happened.
I think we watched Kris do that.
I don't remember
probably, that. Yeah. But yeah, I could see that if they get up to Resident Evil 4 in terms of remakes, like that'll be the moment where they're going to have to really... make some decisions on how much they want to change.
Do we go crazy again, or do we?
Yeah, because that game, that was the first game in the series to completely forego the interconnected nature of the levels. Really,
yeah.
It was a mostly linear game. It would eventually lead you back through areas, but there was no real puzzles ever at all. Not even in the sense of Resident Evil 2.
The puzzles were how you dealt with all the enemies.
Yeah, because it wasn't even like Resident Evil 2 style puzzles of like, oh, I have this object. Where do I use that object? Let me consult the map and go back. It was like, oh, you found a tablet. I bet it's for that door right in front of me. Every single time. Is how it...
Beep.
Yeah. So it would be interesting to see them try and tackle that with 4. Like, even if they handled the same setting and everything, but it'd be cool to see them just rejigger it so that it is more interconnected, intertwined, like puzzle, that kind of thing.
Cool. Well, it made me like Leon a lot more.
Yep.
And I already really liked Leon. Yeah. So...
the only reason Leon wasn't at the top for me was that scene where Leon and Kris are standing head to head, and I'm like, Kris will eat you. Kris will literally devour you. Well, remember in Res 6 when we got the gun pointed at each other?
Well, Leon holds his own.
Leon would be good, but Kris is Kris. He punched a boulder. So...
He fist fought Wesker, alright?
You know, volcano.
Everybody can do that.
I hope they go back to horror and spooky and stuff, but I really want Volcano, Wesker, and Kris Boulder fight. Like, that needs to maintain.
Well, a remake of 5 would be cool, even just to do an overhaul HD remake. Yeah. That would still be cool.
Yeah.
But they really got to add aiming and shooting. Seriously, I cannot stress this enough.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to move and shoot would be...
Aiming and shooting, yep.
Yeah, moving and shooting.
I just pressed the trigger. Bah, 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 bah.
It is funny, though, for how much we talk about that, and I agree, I don't think I spent very much time moving and shooting in Resident Evil 2. I think most of the time I was planting myself and taking the shots. But having the option is always...
I was always moving and shooting.
I was always moving and shooting.
I wasn't worried about missing.
Okay. Oh, because...
Yeah, because I have a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
Bang! Bang!
Yeah.
Claire,
honestly,
Claire gets a pistol with a laser sight that takes care of that as well.
I've been playing Resident Evil 2 only with a controller, because I can't stand the way the mouse feels.
Really?
Which is weird, because I was playing with mouse and keyboard, and I liked it. But
fine with it.
That's amazing. I'm surprised that you're playing with a controller.
Yeah, I'm playing with the Xbox controller.
I know you said it was pissed, but...
It's bad. I can't do it. Like,
I have to try it.
Me insane.
You have to boot it up. Let me try it. Then it's got to be.
Yeah, it's
bugging you.
Like
I'm not as sensitive to that shit.
It's the lesser of all like mouse dampening acceleration issues I've seen because I barely noticed it in the demo. I was just like, I can't hit anything. This must be like by design, and it's just dampened.
There is a slider.
The zombie staggering as much as they do is still as annoying as it was in Res 7.
Yeah.
But once I got infinite ammo, it was no problem.
Yes, exactly.
Then I just kept shooting.
And the shotgun is, like, this part of the screen gets hit, so I'll go bang, bang, bang.
There is a slider for mouse deceleration when you're hovering over a target as well. Anything. Okay, like, just turning that off doesn't help at all. I think it's off by default.
As far as I'm aware, that's just tied to the aim assist thing.
Okay.
That is with mouse and keyboard on easy. You have to disable that if you put it on easy.
Right. That's there was a couple times in my first playthrough where I died, and it's like, hey, do you want to turn on like snap aim easy mode?
It's like fucking no.
No.
Using a goddamn mouse.
Well, big boy, stop it.
If anything on the mouse isn't 1-to-1, it's immediately infuriating for me.
So the other thing...
sorry. Continue.
Back to the news.
The other thing Resident Evil 2 related was... It's kind of a weird story because the narrative has been kind of one thing, but I have some thoughts on it on the other end. So IGN had to retract a portion of their Resident Evil 2 review.
The reviewer...
it became clear, or it seemed like it had become clear that the reviewer hadn't played... like scenario 2 of the game or whatever.
They did A and A, not B and B.
Or A and B, you know what I mean?
Like for one character?
And they did they did Leon A and then Claire A and then called it a day. And it became clear that was the case, or it seemed like it had been, because the reviewer was talking about how, their stories are mostly the same, they divert in a little couple places, but they're... You know, the gameplay hours, you're getting more out of it, but it's not much more unique hours, really. And they gave the game an 8.8, and then people were like, hey, you didn't play Scenario 2, clearly, because they're way different. And then IGN was like, oh, crap, they're right. Here, retract this, and okay, it's a 9. What's weird, though, is I played Scenario B for both of them. And yes, the intros are a little bit different. They start in slightly different places within the police station. Like, in the B scenario, you start outside. Like early on, you'll see...
There's a raccoon doll there that you can only get and play through to remember.
You'll see either Leon or Claire stuck outside the gate or whatever. That's where you start in the B scenarios.
It's a good spot to have it start then.
White Tyson shows up a lot earlier as well. And then the solutions to puzzles and the layout of objects are slightly different until about the middle of the game, and then everything's almost the exact same. It's not that different. At all, really. It's almost the same differences between an A and A playthrough, like the Leon A and Claire A. Like, the things that are different about their games are... Like, the Leon B and Claire B are exactly the same in the same ways that A and A are.
So, it sounds like he probably should have played those two things, but it shouldn't change the review score.
Yeah, like, it's not a huge difference. Yeah. Like, it's, like...
If it had been,
don't get me wrong, I appreciate that the Bs are there.
If the Bs had been, like, the randomizer thing, that's a different
like, again, they are slightly different. Again, you're going to get certain items in slightly different orders and stuff like that.
There's no different assets, there's no different models.
No, you're not going to different areas or whatever.
No, it should be the same review score.
Yeah, like, the things that are different about... Like, because Claire does go to the orphanage, and Leon goes to the sewers earlier or whatever. Like, there are... The things that are different about their games are different in both A and B.
Yeah.
So I don't think that... A lot of people were getting outraged because they were basing it off of original Resident Evil 2.
To be outraged.
Original Resident Evil 2, my understanding, which I didn't play, the A and B were actually quite a bit different.
People are saying A and B are very different now, so who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, in... I think it was Damon Hatfield.
I really like Damon Hatfield.
In his defense, like...
He should have played the other two things. Yeah. Absolutely.
Then again, for all we know, he did, and IGN just kind of cowered. I don't know, like...
Possible.
Because, like, what he was describing is true of A versus B, so...
Yeah, maybe it is.
I don't find it an issue. Like, it's...
No, God, no.
Like, yeah, there's not a ton of differences, but
I know they're slightly different.
Also, remember, like, the review's just this guy's opinion on the game and what he thinks, and if he didn't get to that part of the game, then...
But again, so again, all this outrage occurred before the game was out, so nobody was playing it yet, and I think they were all basing their opinions off of, well, clearly he didn't play Scenario B, because it's completely different. I played Resident Evil 2 back in the day. Yes, but this isn't that.
Yes, but you're dumb, so stop. You don't have access to the game.
Yeah. So, as much as I'd love to shit on IGN, I don't think...
Well, IGN gave Fallout a 6 out of 7.
Yeah.
Or 6 out of 10.
6 out of 7.
6 out of 7. 6 out of 10. So they certainly, there's...
Which Fallout?
The Scam? Fallout 76?
Wait, they give it a 6?
6 out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
So,
how? There's not even a game.
So yeah, there's absolutely some issues with certain reviewers and stuff like that, but I believe this Resident Evil, that's...
I bet the guy that did the review for it's like a diehard Fallout fan.
Or just didn't even play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6.
It says 7 and 6 on the front. I'll give it one of those.
Be like, his public relations buddy at Bethesda is like, here's a review code for the game. He's like, oh, thanks. So you tell me. Is it any good? It's like, yeah, it's great. Cool. Review up. Like
6 out of 10. In this post-apocalyptic adventure in New Jersey.
All the things from
it's a
all the
mixed
other games.
Bag. Fans of the genre
makes you feel like Spider-Man. A lot of water. 6
fun with friends.
There's a lot of water in Spider-Man. Oh my god.
Yeah, I hope fuck people.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on.
That's the end of the story.
Yeah.
I like Damon.
Some cool news. I guess this was a thing that was going to happen, but I guess it's happened now. Pillars of Eternity added turn-based.
Yes.
You want to talk some about that?
I haven't actually tried it, so I don't know. I loved the combat that was already... It was pause-based, like...
Dragon
standard. Age. Yeah.
Like real time until you pause it, and then you can queue up moves and then unpause and that kind of thing.
And it seems like they made it more like Divinity, which is also cool.
Optional though, right? It's not. They didn't just like force change the whole game.
No, it's just a completely different way to play the game, which is fantastic.
Cool.
And the time that would have taken to do is insane.
Yeah, you have to rebalance everything, right?
Yeah, and the game is fucking massive. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And that wouldn't surprise me if that was done and designed and put in, primarily because they are going to have console ports of Pillars of Eternity.
This didn't affect Pillars 1, right? Just 2.
Just 2.
Yeah, which, again, massive
and 2 is a separate thing, a different story, better... not as good of a story as the first one, but a better game overall, for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, like it's coming to the Switch, and you don't want to do pause-based combat with a controller. That just doesn't feel good. Dragon Age Origins felt like piss with a controller.
It did.
So, yeah, turn-based as an alternate way to play. I bet the console versions will default to turn-based when you boot it up.
Right. Yeah, Dragon Age was really bad with a controller.
Yeah.
My first experience with that game was on PS3, and I hated every aspect of it.
I got the platinum trophy for that game on PS3. I fucking loved it.
I remember actually,
it was
every day we hung out, he would just play that.
Yeah, because there was a part in the game where you had to kill 1,000 enemies or something in a playthrough,
and there weren't 1,000 enemies you could kill
in a
overall.
playthrough. So you had to kill enemies and die, and then it would reload a checkpoint where you killed enemies. So I found a part in the game where you could farm like 20 enemies.
Oh, it was like me trying to unlock the super shotguns upgrades in Doom, where I would like find a room full of enemies and like get like the collateral kills, and then let them kill me, and then
do it again. It took it took a couple hours, but that was a good weekend of just fire magic.
You couldn't even pull the camera out in that version of the game.
No,
it's absurd.
No.
So there's certain abilities you just like couldn't cast from certain distances at all. Like you needed line of sight.
It's on a slight side note. It's very clear that Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 3
PC games
were all made by the same team that is making Anthem. Holy shit! We'll get there, but I want to.
Oh, is there more?
Yeah. Oh boy!
Oh yeah!
I can't wait to shit on this game. Do you want to just jump to Anthem right now?
Sure. Anthem's piss. Like in every single way. I couldn't find.
You don't like it? You said you were okay with it.
I like it better than he does, but I'm up and down on it.
Yeah, Chris went back.
It must be bad.
yeah. If even Chris is like, whoa, because you're a little more forgiving, I find.
Yeah, like if the concept is strong, I can look past some stuff.
Yeah.
Like I guess first and foremost, before we get into your shit, there's been a massive graphics downgrade from their original showing.
It looks bad.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. It looks,
even on ultra settings.
It looks worse than Andromeda did, like by a margin.
Yeah.
And Andromeda looked like really good. So it's not
like I know it's a meme at this point of like toxic gamers complaining about graphics downgrades in their games, but what EA showed
is not what we're seeing.
Yeah, it was
The Witcher downgrades. I understood completely. Watch Dogs, they overestimated the consoles. Like it happens. That's fine. This, you are 5 years into a console generation. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
it seems like among the graphical downgrades, they also like shrunk the environment. In all the comparisons I'm seeing, it's like,
really?
Oh yeah, here's this like mountain or like this big like archway or whatever. It's like, oh, it's massive in this like original demo footage, and then like during the public access that people have been playing now, it's like a half the size. What the heck? You shrunk it down? What? Yeah. Why?
So like along with the graphic issues, like performance, hitting 1080p 60 in combat is not possible with a 1070.
Yeah.
It cannot be done.
So I was...
like even on the lowest settings?
I'm sure you could jump it down to the lowest and it'll be fine.
I actually had...
We're talking scale well. Low to Ultra does not scale
So I actually had good performance myself. There were a couple moments I saw some dips, but...
You were aiming 1080p 60 with a 1070 Ti and an i7 8700K.
Yes, so it's not...
So I think
it's a fucking good computer.
So we're talking like staying like middle of the pack with graphics then, right?
Yeah.
Like
I turned a few things down that I just didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah, same.
I was above 60 at 1440p the whole time. I should be way higher than that on a Frostbite engine game.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Like this game is built, they're aiming for 30 on consoles. I don't think any of the consoles are maintaining 30.
No.
Even performance,
even on the Xbox?
No. Even the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
So this game looks
powerhouse.
Looks like shit. Runs like shit, feels like piss to play.
Unless you're using a controller.
Really?
Yeah.
So the flying is good with a controller. Good luck aiming with a fucking controller at 30 or sub 60 on a PC.
So yeah, Flight on PC, it has the same issue that like Flight in like Star Wars Battlefront had, where you have this like floating like dual crosshair thing, and because you're on a mouse and not a joystick, there's no like resting default snapback position. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're always going to be kind of listing in one direction or another. It just feels like shit. That and there is some... What's the issue with the aiming? Is it some kind of like dampening or acceleration or something on it?
Oh, just all of it. I didn't.
It was emulating joystick.
For the flying and the swimming?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then the actual aiming with your guns, the FOVs pulled so fucking close that I'm looking at half of my screen as my character, and the other half is some bullshit reticle that just doesn't make any sense and adhere to any rules. It's random bullets, 1,000%. Like, there's no patterns, there's nothing. Like,
I will also say the game is not balanced at all for solo play, even though it lets you do it.
You need a team of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless you play as the Storm, which is the Warlock Wizard thing. That thing can just lay waste to everything and just... They call it a glass cannon as if it can't take a lot of damage. its whole thing is that when it's hovering, it gains an energy shield that is extra strong compared to other energy shields.
More shields than
anything else has. Like even I tried playing the Colossus, the big Juggernaut thing, and it has
the one that should take all the damage.
It has a physical shield it can put up, and it's pretty good. But you can't be doing anything while that's up, so you have to lower it to fight, and then you just immediately get staggered and blown to bits. Whereas the Wizard, it has its glowy shield, and it's just raining down lightning and ice on everything while being above everything. It can hover longer than anyone else can. It just seems like everything was put into this one class, and it was fun to play as. Like, it was really powerful.
This could all change once you start getting endgame gear.
Yeah, sure.
But if you're going to make me play your 20-hour chug piss campaign, I better feel like a fucking god while I'm doing it, like I did in Destiny.
The overpowered thing, then.
Yeah.
Right? And then I'll switch after to play other things. Like, it seems like nothing in this game is designed
So all that being said about... Now, we don't know about performance stuff. I would really hope that's going to be addressed, too. Everything we said about controls, and I guess we didn't talk about... The UI is shit as well. It's
a console UI.
I think you mentioned that.
You can't... Like, you pull up this little side menu thing, and then it has, like, all these options for, like, graphics and video and all that stuff. When you highlight a thing, it'll show all the things associated with it next to it. The thing is, you can't just click on those things in that unless you click into that object, and then it highlights the things over on the side. It's, like, it's absolutely bizarre.
It's like the Windows UI.
Yeah.
So like it needs to have priority on things.
Open it, like, because it opens, like, it just pops
like,
up.
It'll show what's in it, but then you can't just click on it. You have to actually, like, hit into it, and then
that's stupid.
Anyway, all of that, there was a really long-winded post where the devs were like, we're going to be addressing all of this stuff for launch, so we'll see.
I have zero hope.
I have zero hope. I
don't know, you spent 5 years making this game, you're not fixing all of those issues in a week.
Have they really had it in
something like
development for 5 years?
It was before the PS4 and Xbox One were announced. Yeah.
But yeah, they did say that they're going to be adding...
Yeah.
They did say they're going to be adding raw mouse input and stuff like that, so...
That's good.
They were talking good
The fact that wasn't there in the
Yes.
demo.
Oh, yeah, it's super
ridiculous.
questionable, yeah.
What year is this? I was in Capcom made a Resident Evil game that's amazing in the same year BioWare is releasing the shittiest PC port I've seen in a decade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
and that's including...
The only thing worse than this is if it didn't boot up. It crashes enough that it feels like it doesn't boot up.
It did crash for me a couple times, yeah.
What? What about, well, I was going to say, like, didn't you say Andromeda was really bad on PC?
Andromeda ran like shit on PC. Like, it was sub 70 FPS for me a fair bit of the time.
I was going to say, the combat was always clunky no matter what.
Combat felt like piss. Yeah, it was a run and jump. It felt like the entire game was... An analogy to the gameplay is Brawl's tripping. That's what it felt like the whole time.
Inconsistent shit.
Like, I cannot put into words how... And that was the progression from the first Tomb Raider to Rise of the Tomb Raider. It was that same kind of pissy, third-person, floaty bullshit. We'll tell you when you can take cover. I'll tell you when I alt F4 the game and uninstall it, cocksuckers.
You know, it's kind of funny how, like, you talk about Brawl's tripping, like... I remember playing Brawl for, like, the first time and trying to run over, like, I think I was playing against Devin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go run over and Falcon punch him, and I'm like 2 steps away, right, before I'm gonna start the Falcon punch. And then Falcon's just laying there. I was like,
what? Why doesn't the Wii have an alt F4?
I was like, what the fuck? Was there a banana or something?
Falcon's like, come on! Put bananas in my shoes!
Oh, sorry. Tangent my back.
Yeah, so Anthem's disgusting.
Yeah, so it was...
So you're saying 2 years from now we'll buy it.
Maybe.
It's finally done being patched.
It was a little...
Nice.
I was already in the mindset that I'm going to buy this once they clean it up anyways, so this demo is my excuse.
It looks cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it looks really cool.
The footage that they showed makes it look like it's a good game.
Also,
and then when you play it, it's not.
Also, you're just a Power Ranger. So.
Yes. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get a good Power Rangers
It was
game
a little
then.
hard.
Oh my god, would you play a really good Power Rangers game?
So they're making a Power Rangers fighting game right
No fucking way. Don't fuck
like,
with me.
It looks like a mobile game.
Oh
it looks so bad.
I'm buying it.
Like, it looks pissing everywhere.
Does it do the theme song at the start?
I have no idea.
Oh,
it better, though. It better do it during every fight scene. Like, every fight you're doing. It looks like piss Mortal Kombat, and I'm kind of into it. Man. Sorry, go ahead, Kris.
Sorry. We really...
I'm going to move on to the next story.
Really, all right, next story.
Really
yeah.
I can only be interrupted making my point 7 times before I'm done. Far Cry New Dawn has light RPG elements.
Cancelled. Next game. I want Far Cry. It looks cool.
You want it or don't?
I want it. It looks cool. Light RPG elements are slowly
so it's
becoming...
damage numbers, loot...
slowly becoming piss in games because they need to put it into everything to pad their game hours. This seems inoffensive. So,
It's gonna be like Assassin's Creed style.
Yeah, okay, yeah, exactly.
How long is this new Far Cry supposed to play for?
I imagine it's like a
10-hour game or something like that.
Probably longer than that.
Like 3/4 of what 5 would have been.
Yikes! 5 could go on for a long time.
Yeah. Well, they're giving you the same world as 5. They're just remapping everything basically. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, and for $50, I might buy it. We'll see. They canceled everything else around it. So
I'll buy it.
We'll get to that.
I'll buy it on PC this time. Though.
Yeah,
I won't buy it on PlayStation.
Next up, so remember we talked about that whole Assassin's Creed gender fiasco, whatever.
Oh, yes.
Making bacon babies, whatever.
Yes.
What
now?
No,
Ubisoft caved.
Yeah, Ubisoft caved. So they're going to be updating the game to reflect people's choices better, and they're going to be taking it into consideration for future.
So
stuff.
can I be a lesbian now?
So I think it's still going to give you a baby, but it's going to reflect your choice if you like rebuff the character's romantic advances. It'll be like I'm having this baby because I want a baby, not because I'm interested in you, kind of thing.
That's not good enough.
It's definitely not good enough because like the first rule of the internet is you never apologize or counter.
Because it'll never be good enough.
It'll never be good enough.
No, I want to be lesbian Cassandra, and I want her like in a cave, okay? Like with like a pentagram summoning sign, and she creates this demon god baby because she can't make babies because she doesn't like men.
I just slept around with
I just slept with everybody. A baby had to come out of somewhere fucking eventually, right?
Maybe Cassandra has a penis. Who knows?
That's the dream. Next story, Kris.
Cassandra's. Metroid Prime 4
Cancelled.
has been effectively canceled and restarted.
Okay.
Apparently, the team that was in charge of making it wasn't making good work, and Nintendo was like, "This is trash. Throw it all out. Let's get some Retro Studios guys in here, and we'll make this for real."
When the fuck did Nintendo get some balls to scrap a whole thing and say you suck?
Yeah.
Like it took Microsoft like 4 years to do that with Scalebound.
Yeah.
Which probably should have happened a year into it.
Yeah.
Because Platinum's slow as piss.
Well, though, maybe this is a turn for Nintendo. Maybe they're going to start being like. Aren't they like
although as soon as Nintendo gets balls, they start treating their customers and employees exactly the same. So make that game better. $69.99 for a year pass. So we'll see.
And you're gonna like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean,
we'll see how angry Reggie is.
I mean, you would think like, is Nintendo not the most powerful game company at this point? Like,
they're slowly getting more and more sway over developers.
Sony still has probably the top
market share.
slot.
But I'm just saying, like.
Nintendo.
I mean, people buy Nintendo games just based on the name, regardless.
I think
right?
the difference between Sony and Nintendo is somebody will say, "Fuck off! I don't need a Nintendo." Nobody can say that to Sony right now. They have too much of a market share that people Ubisoft couldn't afford to not have their games on the Sony platform, unlike the PC platform division. Next story, Kris.
I don't know. It could be a good thing for Nintendo. Just saying.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully this is
hopefully they do that.
More steps in the right direction.
And hopefully they do that for this. Is this Pokemon game coming out this year or not?
Should be.
Supposedly.
They haven't done a Nintendo Direct for the first half of the year yet, though. So
yeah, they had like a little indie showcase thing, and that was about it.
Good indie showcase,
at
least.
Because it's the whole reason that I'm hanging on to Nintendo is this Pokemon game.
Yeah.
It better be good.
I have no
It
hope
better incorporate every fucking region plus another one and 700 fucking Pokemon and...
It's going to be a new region. They're going to bring gym battles back. It's going to have a ton of new Pokemon with some old Pokemon mixed in. Same thing they do every time because it's not Nintendo. Game Freak's a lazy.
I think this is the year we finally get Pokemon fusions.
No. Well, there's kind of Pokemon fusions. Right?
Okay.
The Ultra Beasts.
Yeah, I guess.
But like for all of them.
Okay, but I hope like they have to do some stupid little dance.
Yeah. Really, I just want Onix with Pikachu ears and like Pikachu with Onix tails for arms.
Like little Pikachu cheeks on an Onix. Emits the most powerful lightning blast you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I want a Snorlax combined with a Jinx.
Oh, God.
It's not makeup.
It's just like Nicki Minaj Snorlax. That's all I need.
Nicki Majorlax.
What was the story again?
Metroid.
So Metroid's canceled. Coming back.
But then
I've never played Metroid.
So we might see Metroid
in like 3 years, I don't know.
At the end of the Switch life cycle?
Probably have a new model up by then.
Yeah.
I've never played Metroid ever in my life, so...
You and me played Fusion on the Game Boy Advance.
No, I did not.
That was me and Nick Harker.
I don't like Metroid, I never have.
But Samus is so cool.
No, and I really...
We should play Fusion.
Honestly,
Fusion.
they should make me just be Zero Suit Samus for a game, and I'm in. And it has to be third person, too.
This is a mod for Fusion where you're Zero Suit Samus. There's a mod for Fusion where you can be like just any sprite character that they put into it. Except when they roll up, they don't actually roll. It's just the character model just
kind of
goes through walls.
I'm okay, but I'm okay with
yeah, no, it's glorious.
Can you be one of those like goo zombies?
I don't know if they... I imagine that would have been the first step, was making you other sprites in the game, but I think they just put in other sprites into the realm.
You know what? I think I lied. I think I have played a Metroid game. It was a first-person one, though.
You probably
Metroid
played Prime on the GameCube.
That's not right. I think I got pissed off at it because it was hard.
It played weird.
It wasn't... Yeah.
It was a single stick game.
Yeah.
It's like lock-on aim.
Yeah. You had a second stick.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
But fuck you if you want to use it.
Yeah, because I think I was playing like Nightfire and Agent Underfire and...
Rogue Agent.
And you could use the C-stick to move around.
A little nub.
I mean, it wasn't that great, but you could do it.
There.
And I think I got used to that, and then I tried it, and I was like, this is not a first-person shooter.
Yeah, went in a different direction.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, if it's a decent first-person shooter, maybe I'd play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or third person.
Or third person, but Zero Suit Samus.
I think I would want a third person.
If they're calling it Metroid Prime 4, it needs to be first person.
I would love if it was like... I don't know, third person. I was going to say fourth person, because it's Metroid Prime 4. If it was like a third person action thing, like the Revengeance, I want that. Not as a 4, though. As like another Metroid thing. Zero Suit Samus with her whippy doo.
Like, Other M could have been good
if Other M was amazing. You take that back.
It could have been good if two things had been different. If A, that whatever that story wasn't
there.
And B, it didn't come out during that era where Nintendo was like, hey, how cool would it be if the only controls you did was holding the Wii remote sideways like an old NES controller? Like, every game, like, during that period was forced to do that. It was disgusting.
Watching that new Ace Combat trailer, that's what that dumb bitch reminds me of. That fucking Samus that was in that Other M. That's why she pisses me off so much.
Can you hear me?
Whatever. She's so fucking stupid.
Well, yeah.
I know I'm going into hell.
It was like Other M was like, their army salute was a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna thumbs down! I'm a woman! I'm against the system!
I just wanted to scream through that whole thing. I love the way that game played.
It was cool.
That holding the controller was terrible. The game played really good. The story was piss. Samus was piss.
And their whole reason for her... Because they always have some kind of dumb reason for her not to have all of the
lose your powers!
But usually they make it be like, aliens stole it, or you got infected with the virus and we had to remove all this shit, or... You got hit by a missile. I don't know.
Or aliens infect you with a virus and stole it.
Yeah, exactly. Mix it up a bit. This one was like...
You can't because he says you can't.
Yeah, my commanding officer for this mission like didn't say I could. It's like, I'm literally dying of heat. Can I turn on my air conditioning?
Like,
no!
It's some fucked up BDSM storyline. I can't handle it, man. Samus is supposed to be like super badass fighter lady.
She's not supposed to talk either.
Yeah, I don't like
She doesn't need words.
Yeah.
She speaks with her actions.
Yeah. Okay, next story.
I can't hear you. That's your ass talking.
That's immediately where my head went.
Okay. So Epic has updated Fortnite Save the World so that it adds llamas that show exactly what will drop from them.
Now, oh my god, really?
Unlike the rest of the world that seems to think that all the llamas now show you what's in it.
No, it's a certain type of...
Yeah.
There's X-ray llamas now.
Yeah, this is not like we've removed loot boxes. This is like...
Here's a new kind.
Here's the thing that makes it look like we've removed loot boxes.
If you don't like what's in it, you can wait a day and try and see then.
Fuck yourself.
That's stupid.
It is dumb. It is very dumb. It's like a... Yeah, it's a Band-Aid that everybody seems to love, that they don't actually have any idea what it fucking does. Again.
Guys, I got a question for you.
Yes.
It pertains to Fortnite. How much longer do you think Fortnite Rolls is the most popular game in the world?
Another year.
Yeah.
I think less than that.
I think it'll be a year and a half because there's...
I think by summertime it's going to start fizzling out.
It's already started to slow down a bit.
Yeah, but we need something else to replace it. That's what's going to kill it.
Like, it has a lot of slowing down to do. Like, you look at how much Call of Duty has...
slowed down and it's still huge.
It's still, like, in third place every year. Third or second. Like, the only reason it wasn't first place last year was because of Fortnite and Red Dead.
I was going to say...
Like, new things. Like, Call of Duty still has such a huge...
Well, but again, that's playing off its name, right? There are still those people that, regardless of how shitty the game may have been before, they're still going to buy it again because they're like, well, Yeah, there's always the hope that it'll be okay.
And this is the new audience.
Except...
This is the new audience that's moved into Fortnite. Is these kids that don't know any better.
It's except this Call of Duty that just came out is actually a good game.
Yeah.
There are some shit things in it, but it is actually a good game.
Well, yeah.
I mean, and the fact that it's an Overwatch game. But.
Yeah. I hate fucking hero shooters so much. Yeah. But yeah, I think Fortnite's still going to remain on top because kids are fine playing the same thing for a couple of years in a row. Mm-hmm. It's no different from us. When we were kids, we played Call of Duty for like 4 years in a row.
But Modern Warfare 2 wasn't bad, though.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was pretty bad.
I mean, Noob and Campers.
It was the most fluid and best online multiplayer shooter at the time. It's a bad game.
And I don't think whatever replaces Fortnite in terms of popularity
will be better than
it, or the same even. Like,
no, it'll be a completely different genre.
thing. Yeah, it won't be a battle royale. Like you can't just do what it does and then
maybe it'll be a
racing game. Fortnite's on the top, but PUBG still owns Steam. It still has the most players on Steam by double whatever's in second.
And who talks about PUBG?
Exactly.
So that's the thing. Like I don't hear people talk about Fortnite as much by any stretch anymore, but it's not so quietly still being the biggest thing in the universe.
Like League of Legends' like competitive revenue was still higher than Fortnite's.
And I never heard people talk about League.
Never.
It's because the community kind of sticks to themselves.
Exactly,
right?
So that's what's happening with.
And eventually, Fortnite will become a community that sticks to itself, and the new thing will take over the media, and parents will bitch about whatever that is, as they do.
And they'll be like, "I wish my kids played Fortnite." No, you can't say that.
The amount of times I've heard parents saying, "I hate Fortnite," and it's like, good for you. Maybe don't let your kid play it. Like, you have that power. Remember, you're a parent, you dumb...
What?
Fucking... I hate people so much, dude. They deserve it. They deserve Fortnite. Parents deserve Fortnite.
We should playing Grand Theft Auto instead.
Oh my god.
Dude, Grand Theft Auto is a better game, so...
Yeah.
I can actively drive
Rockstar's a worse company than Epic.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Grand Theft Auto's a better game
But I can still drive down the street and hit 100 people with a car and feel very satisfied as their bodies are flying all over the place.
You can do that in real life. You don't need a game for that.
I'll be out there with double. Next story.
Yeah, next story.
Sorry. Do you remember Durante?
Duran? Hungry like the wolf.
His name is Peter Thoman. He goes by the username Durante. He's the guy who put out DSFix for Dark Souls.
Fixed Dark Souls.
And Bayonetta, I think, at the time as well.
So, yeah, and he fixed Dark Souls almost better than the Dark Souls remastered fixed Dark Souls, and that one costed money.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that guy, he's opened up his own porting house for porting PC games.
Very nice.
There's a 70% chance that's amazing. There's a 30% chance that sucks ass.
Yeah. Like, who knows if he's actually good at it, or if it's just a case of...
The developers were so bad. Although he did... he was the guy that did the Nier Automata one, right?
Yeah, so maybe it wasn't Bayonetta. Maybe I was thinking Nier.
Bayonetta was capped at 60, but fine. I think Nier was pissed, and still is, but his mod changed, like, hella things. That's what the kids say now, right?
Hella things. Shaka.
Yeah. So did it make 2B thicker?
You can. There's character modifiers.
Can you give her bullhorns?
No. So the game's not perfect. You can give her bullhorns in Soul Calibur 6, though.
Ooh.
So Soul Calibur 6 is a better game than Nier Automata.
Wait, she's in
Soul Calibur 6, yeah. If you buy her.
Oh!
No. I paid money for her.
Moving.
Hopefully he does good stuff. Because we need more people that are good at fixing games, like Blue Point. Blue Point.
Yeah, Blue Hole are the guys what PUBG'd.
Yes, Blue Point should take over for Blue Hole.
Yeah, the opposite of Blue Point. Next story.
Yes.
Capcom has removed Denuvo from Resident Evil 7.
No.
And IO has removed Denuvo from Hitman 2.
So, Capcom, good job.
Although it's only, 2 years late?
Yeah, fixing Res 7. Way too late. Good job. Good on you. You did a thing. Hopefully we see that going forward. Mm-hmm. IO, you can't just jump on this train because your company's dying.
Yeah.
The
game's still online only.
Yeah, that is
a single-player game.
You've done absolutely nothing. Hitman is... The first Hitman was okay at what it did, sure. Mm-hmm. Hitman 2 is the exact same thing, but even pissier because your online shit is terrible. Your game runs like ass. Your game doesn't look particularly good. Your game still feels like piss. I will argue that to the death. Oh my god, if you have guns, it should feel good to shoot them.
Oh, so you're saying it's still a clunky disaster?
Yeah.
It was always clunky.
Clunky by design.
Yeah, my only argument ever, and it's not even really an argument because you're right, I'm not arguing against what you're saying, but in its defense, like, it's a game design that if you're using guns, you're not
doing it right. Yeah. There's two paths. Both are right. I think Hitman 1 and 2.
I need to skip to the washroom if you want to talk about that Final Fantasy thing.
Yes. Are you saying you're not interested in Final Fantasy?
Or talk about whatever. I'll be back.
Let's talk about the government.
No.
No. So Final Fantasy 14 new expansion was just announced, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's going to add 9 new dungeons.
Ooh.
Which is like on par with the WoW expansion. Probably more levels, more things.
Mm-hmm.
They're mopping up some useless abilities, like removing them from the bar, yada yada. I think it's still going to feel like clunky piss, unlike WoW, which it's clunky. WoW is clunky. There's no way around that. But Final Fantasy just feels heavy in not a good way. Like it has jumping, and it just feels bad. It has whatever. That's just to state my opinions on Final Fantasy 14, like where it's going and why I'm kind of excited for this expansion. They're going to be adding a Nier-themed raid, which seems pretty cool.
Okay.
And they're going to be adding like a AI buddy system for multiplayer content, meaning you can solo or ideally play 2 people in 5 people dungeons.
Okay.
And not worry about having to do matchmaking and stuff. You don't have to play with people even in an MMO, so that's pretty cool. Because people tend to suck in MMOs.
So, like, you could get an AI that just specifically heals and is not bad at it.
Seems like it. Yeah, that seems to be the direction they're going. I don't know if it's going to be for dungeons or just out of dungeon content. I didn't read too far into it. I clicked on their trailer for the game, and they removed their like to dislike ratio. I'm like, uh-oh, do people hate this? I think Square Enix just does that on all of their things because Final Fantasy 15 has been so bad over the few years that people are just like, downvote it. It's Final Fantasy. Burn it all. Fuck it. So I think thinking reception has been pretty positive. So it's another expansion. It's making me consider playing it again.
Cool.
I've gotten to the end game in this game once and did not have fun the entire time. But WoW literally has no end game right now. Like, the only thing I'm doing in WoW is leveling characters and having fun with that, because the leveling is fine.
Can I get Night Elves faster yet?
Yes. Yeah, that is in the game now. 8.1 has launched. 8.1.5 is probably 2 or 3 weeks away at this point.
But the farming of reputation is faster now?
Farming reputation is faster. Leveling is faster. Like, everything's just faster.
Cool.
More optimized.
I might have to put in that 60 days of time then.
Yeah. Yeah, WoW's in a good spot. I'm still playing mostly Diablo. I have Exalted with everything except for the turtles, so I can finally play as a human once that's unlocked. And then, ideally, you'll just be able to start a Night Elf at that time. Or whatever elf they're called.
Are they not Night Elves?
No.
Or are they Void Elves?
Void Elves. Yeah, there's Void Elves, which are Alliance, and then Nightborn, which is...
What I miss, boys.
Just Final Fantasy stuff.
Cool. Briefly talk about some WoW stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we can move on from there.
All right. Metro Exodus has been canceled.
Yep.
And by canceled, we mean the age-old adage of it's been moved on PC from Steam to Epic.
Yep. The console version's sounding like a rough 30 FPS. Again, this is unoptimized.
I'm not doing that.
I'll
buy it on PC.
So not only have they done that, but they've continued to dig this hole deeper.
So here's the whole breadth of the subject. First thing that happened was Deep Silver, the publisher of the game, gave one last day to pre-order it on Steam if you want to get it there. So of course everybody like fucking cattle were like, oh yeah, and pre-ordered it on Steam to stick it to Epic or whatever. The game shot up to the top of the Steam charts for a day, and nothing was learned.
I'm just gonna preface, like, we're all on the same page. We're okay with pre-ordering. Yeah. We generally pre-order games.
If you want it.
If I want a game, I pre-order.
But the community consensus for the past decade
has been fuck pre-orders.
Yeah, don't pre-order, blah, 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 like the fucking drones that they are. But then your last chance to get Metro and everybody fucking pre-orders.
And it's like, okay, so this company is going to remove this game from Steam, accept Epic blood money, and use a far inferior service, and then you're going to reward them because they gave you one last chance to get it where you want. Like, I don't know, it just seems like a...
Wrong in every way.
Like, don't reward them for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so... If you pre-ordered it on Steam,
you'd still get it there.
You still get to play it on Steam.
Yeah. Okay. All physical versions of the game now are going to come with an Epic code, which means that they've known for at least a month.
Since this...
Like
December, I guess, is when it started making.
Because you would have had to have packaged them and put them all together. So that means they've been sitting on this and still advertising it on Steam, using their forums, putting dev updates on there, taking full advantage of Steam's full suite of features, just so that they can hop over to Epic.
So this is going to be... this is what I love. This is going to be the one developer that got that one chance to get the fuck out of here while they could. Because Steam is going to rain down an ungodly fire on the next set of developers that do this. Because they're free advertisement through Steam's platform. And Steam's been like, we're sad to see them go, but I guarantee the second company that does this is just going to burn. Because Valve has that power, and I'm so glad they do. Mm-hmm. Fuck off. And I'm not like, everything has to be Steam. Steam's the best platform. Oh my god, we've definitely set our opinions against Steam having a monopoly on the market and everything.
But this isn't competition.
No, this is exclusivity, which is bad. If Metro was just like, hey, we're also on the Epic Store, it's like, oh, okay.
We're also on the Epic Store, yeah. And like, you know how you would compete there? It's like, oh, well, because of the less cut that Epic takes, the price will be a little lower there. So if you want to get it there, Bob's your uncle.
And I will usually buy my games where they are cheaper. Yeah. That is just period, like 100%.
Yeah.
I have no allegiance to any platform. I prefer to have my games on Steam, absolutely. But, and it's not like, so, I think going back one sec, I'm under the impression that if a developer sells a Steam key for a game on their website, they make 100% of the profit.
Yep, that's the thing. Valve will allow developers to generate infinite number of Steam keys and sell them anywhere else they want.
So if you,
and take no cut of that at all.
If you really want to try and say the developers are doing this to make more money, they have their own website. They can sell it there.
Or sell it through Humble. Or sell it through GOG. Or not GOG, I guess it wouldn't work. Greenman Gaming. Or wherever.
GOG does do Steam keys sometimes.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. They very clearly say, like, this is not DRM free. Go out of their way to make it clear. But so they can make 100% of the profit. There's no excuse. This is because Epic is giving them money. Like 100%.
Yeah, a bag of cash showed up at their door. Yeah. And what's even better is, so at first, the assumption was like, okay, this is just a decision made by Deep Silver. They're going over the developers' heads. Even THQ Nordic, who owns Deep Silver, was like, okay, we didn't actually know about this, and like we can't really do anything. Like,
THQ Nordic released Darksiders on Epic and Steam.
Yeah. So THQ Nordic, or at least one branch of them, because another branch of THQ Nordic was like, no, we're fine with this. But one branch of THQ Nordic was like, okay, we can't really do anything about this, but this is weird. Like, we don't, I don't know, like...
There's a lot of people in these companies. You can't condemn the whole...
Yeah, they were distancing themselves from the situation. So the thought was like, okay, this is just a Deep Silver thing. There was at least a developer from within 4A in an interview saying, if our game doesn't sell well on PC, the next one will be exclusive to consoles.
Oh, no.
Remember when Crytek did that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You remember Crytek, the company that used to exist?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you're upset that people are upset that you did a stupid move to move your game to Epic exclusively. So what do? You threaten the community. The only community that's ever mattered to 4A games, because their games didn't sell for shit on consoles. Yeah. Metro 2033... or Last Light. They sold a little bit better in their Redux versions.
Last Light was free and plus like within 8 months or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Redux versions of their games did a little bit better than the base versions on console, but still...
They all bought a copy.
But still the PC versions...
Physical copy.
Yeah. Still the PC versions were far and away... That's where they made their money. They were serving a niche market that responded, you know?
Yeah.
And now they're saying, hey, if you don't follow us to Epic, we're cutting you off. It's like, that's
suicide.
That's such an empty threat, though, too. Like, you know,
we don't need you.
Yeah,
you need us. You don't seem to understand how this works.
You realize there are too many games, right?
Yeah.
And whenever it comes time to decide what to purchase, it's like
it's very easy for me to be like, oh, I'll get the other game then.
Yeah.
Or if there's a whole year of games doing this, guess how many games I have on Steam that I can just go back and play because I haven't touched them yet.
Yeah.
Like, you fuckers don't seem to understand the situation you're in. Yeah. Not everybody needs the shiny new thing. Yes, there's the idiots that went pre-ordered Metro on Steam. Like, okay, sure.
Yeah. Like, the power of FOMO only lasts so long.
Yeah. I do know what that stands for.
Fear of missing out.
That's it.
Yeah.
I knew it at one point. I did forget it, I'll be honest.
So, speaking of epic exoduses, remember Dauntless?
Yeah.
That's also moving to Epic exclusively.
Have I expressed my opinion on Dauntless? Because my opinion is all that matters.
Maybe a little bit, but go forward.
Dauntless is piss. Like, their intro tutorial ran at 30 FPS at launch, and then the game itself was capped at 60. So it's already a bad game. Like, you fucked up. But it's just, like, budget Monster Hunter in every single way. And you cannot hide behind the fact that it is early access, and it's not done yet. It is piss. Oh my god.
If you're taking money for it, it should be in a state that you feel is comfortable.
Yeah, and if this is representative of what your final game is eventually going to be, you fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think that it is very clear that that game came out, and a lot of people were like, yeah, it's fun for a while. Then Monster Hunter World came out, they're like, oh, fuck this game. This was the demo. And Monster Hunter World sold incredibly well on PC, even with its issues. Mm-hmm. And the community was very clear, like, yeah, this game has some issues, and modders are like, we're on it. And then I think Capcom's Monster Hunter, Capcom was like, oh, okay. Didn't ban for anything as far as I'm aware of. As long as it doesn't interfere with weapon stats and numbers and breaking the game.
Right.
Capcom's like, go for it. I as far as I'm aware of, you can transmog your character with a mod, and it changes everybody's perception, like what you look like. And they haven't banned for that, as far as I'm aware of.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, that makes me want it on PC even more.
Yeah. There's a few things in this.
I keep saying it, but I really want to get back into that game.
Yeah. I still have it downloaded whenever.
Yeah. Slot Mog? Question mark?
Oh, there's mods. There is like 100% mods you can download.
It doesn't have
just like this character's basically new.
It doesn't have workshop support though. I imagine.
No.
Yeah.
No. I might get workshop support. Their new expansion they're releasing at the end of the year.
They're releasing an expansion for it?
Yeah, like a crazy expansion. Like it's like full paid content.
I'll buy it.
I'm definitely buying it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm gonna wait for it to go on like super sale or something, and then I'll buy it.
I'm sure it'll go on sale leading up to that expansion.
Absolutely. Or give me like a reduced price for like a deluxe edition that includes it.
Game and expansion.
Yes, you're paying less for the base game, but the full price for the expansion.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
So still speaking of Dauntless, though, apparently all existing users who bought it on Steam are going to be force migrated over to Epic.
Yeah, so they can't stay out.
And in the case that a user... or I guess we don't know what's going to happen yet, but you can only presume that in the case that a username that they have on Steam is taken on Epic, they're going to be forced to change their name at that point.
I assume so. Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I think there's a way to bring your game to platforms. And who's the Warframe guys?
Digital Extremes?
That sounds right. Digital Extremes has done it right in every single fucking way. That game can still be downloaded and launched from their website. Can also be downloaded and launched from Steam. The Switch, the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Discord store. That still exists.
Yeah, the only thing it doesn't have is like cross functionality.
It can do all of them except for with consoles. Because consoles are a patch behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has everything in the PC world can play together.
Right.
And so if you log in and play it on Discord for like an hour, you get some stuff, and you log back into Steam, the stuff's still there. Like, it's try it on the the thing, see if you like it, and not so good,
because different services will be like, hey, play this weekend, and we give you an exclusive weapon skin.
Yeah. So, that's
crazy concept.
That's the most they've done in terms of, like, putting people to other storefronts and things like that. And their game is also still free. Like, holy shit, are they doing it?
Well, unless you decide not to play as a ninja.
Right, because only ninjas play free.
Yeah.
Oh, not ninja. I play like a samurai.
I play as a god of fire and death.
More epic, glorious news is they're going to be adding a review system, but it's going to be opt-in by developers.
Meaning no indie developers are going to put reviews. I think
anybody.
We're all on like pretty much the same thing. Like, indie developers can like generally suck a bag of dicks because most of them are making just shit games and hiding under the fact that they're indie.
Every now and then one comes out that's actually alright.
Like Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. War Gloves. Yeah, there's some that prove that they can make some good things, and sometimes they stutters. Like the Chucklefish was released in multiple games before Wargroove, and it's like, this one's not so good, but it's sitting in mixed reviews, and it's just like, there's some things wrong with it, but a lot of people still like it. Sold pretty well. On to the next game. Oh, positive reviews, cool. That's how it goes. But they've never been like, I don't know. Developers are terrified of reviews.
Yeah.
Like user reviews. Like, it's terrifying. And
because they're not, like, games media critic reviews that are either bought and paid for, or nepotism. You know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh, they're friends or related or whatever. Like that whole industry is like completely full of a bunch of people who know each other way too well and can't act professionally.
And it's one of those things like Assassin's Creed was review bombed, and guess what's like usually a top sellers on Steam? It's like it's Assassin's Creed. Yeah. That's because it's review bombed by fucking idiots, so it doesn't
So I guess
matter.
that was something I didn't mention for Metro is, so after this whole debacle with the Metro moving to Epic thing happened, of course the existing games on Steam have been review bombed. Like people are going like, hey, what the fuck? And of course, the immediate narrative from games media has been toxic gamers at it again, review bombing as if review bombing
as if it's ever done anything to anybody.
Yeah, like there's this weird narrative that review bombing is this awful, awful, awful thing that should never be done, and anyone who participates in it is reprehensible.
As if user reviews mean anything.
Yeah, and as if Steam's user reviews don't clearly indicate like the difference of what the current like review score is versus what it was. Like when this
when you see very positive and then mostly negative, it's like, someone's angry.
Something happened recently. And like, what did you expect when these developers have almost no other avenue to like express any kind of dissent to them? You know what I mean? Like if you go on like any kind of forums they operate, they're just going to ban you and shut you up.
Even from the Steam forums.
If you go on Twitter, you're going to get banned for hate speech or something like that because
for being on Twitter.
So it's like really leaving a negative review is the only direct line you have to the developers to let them know
off.
that you have a problem.
There's no better way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Steam's reviews and review bombing is absolutely fine because it in no way affects, and whatever, if it does affect sales, fuck them. Usually they did something fucking stupid. Or the community's outraged and it's like, oh my god, just ignore them again. Because usually they're stupid and they forget. The community, like the general community, including myself, is really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And we forget things after a week.
Yep.
Like, I'm moving on to just fuck Epic train.
Well, it's like,
I've been ignoring what Sony's been doing for the past month and a half.
People review bombed Assassin's Creed Odyssey whenever they forced heterosexuality on people.
Gosh darn
and
it.
None of the polytaku points of the world decided to run stories on toxic gamers at it again, review bombing a game. It's like, no, this is righteous fury. How dare they headcon your character? Like, so it's just hypocrisy. Like, review bombs are going to happen, and it's either going to be right or wrong, or neither of the above.
Yeah.
The way Steam handles reviews is actually glorious.
Yeah.
Because it's not a number out of 10 system. It's a recommended yes or no. Yeah. And that's it. And it very clearly delineates when certain periods of reviews have happened as well. So you can see overall, people love this game. It's because of this recent decision that people are upset, and that doesn't affect me. I'm going to buy it.
And it's one of those things where, like, I clicked on Ace Combat, and it's like, oh, negative reviews.
Yeah, overwhelmingly negative.
I scrolled down, I was like, oh, well, I wonder why people are angry. It's like, no joystick support. I'm like, oh, so it doesn't affect me. The game's fine.
Yeah.
Like
do you want to jump into that now, actually?
Sure.
I guess? That was my story that I had. Yeah, Ace Combat 7 gets torn to shreds on Steam reviews. The things that people... So it's overwhelmingly negative on Steam. Mostly because of a lack of HOTAS support, which is like a stick and throttle
Hammer
setup.
the Ancients.
HOTAS! It doesn't have 21:9 support either, so ultra-wide resolutions, which it should, but whatever. And it doesn't have true mouse and keyboard support either. Like, the menus can't be navigated with a mouse. You have to use a joystick, or like a controller for that. Gross. That's a game you should be playing with a controller anyway, I imagine, but... Or
flying with a mouse is silly.
Like, I understand... So...
It's never good.
Because you can't... Your mouse is going to go off the mouse pad if you keep turning.
Like, so I understand why people are upset, though. Yeah. Because... mostly because of
it's a flight game without the flight things being usable.
Like, that is really dumb.
I'm also under the impression that it's, like, a mistake. Like, it launched on consoles with support, and the PC version is like, whoa, we forgot.
Yeah, so they'll probably fix that soon enough. But again, like, without...
And the reviews will go back up.
Yeah, without reviews... the developers wouldn't have a very, like, quick way of knowing, like, overwhelmingly people are like, yo, you need to fix this.
You know what would have fucking happened? There would have been 1 million refunds and people would have wrote it off and this game would have sold like piss. When they fix it, these reviews are there's gonna be a handful of people that are like, yeah, they fixed it. I'm into it. And word of mouth is gonna spread, Steam forums are gonna blow up because it has forums.
Remember Sunset Overdrive? Remember everybody was pissed about that because of the way it handled mouse movement? And then they updated it and now it's like, yep, cool, everyone's good, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, what Steam reviews do generally is make the developers accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
Because it's, I don't know.
But we can't have them accountable. They're above us.
Toxic
gamers.
They're like the government, okay?
Yeah. Toxic gamers need to step in line.
I'm just a ninja.
I'm just a ninja with a rocket launcher.
Next story.
I need to see that.
Sometime last week, this happened. An Xbox Live Service update brought the whole network down.
Yeah, Borks Xbox.
And it causes systems that were connected online to just launch to a black screen.
Uh-oh.
As well. Anyone who didn't have their system set as a home system just couldn't access any of their games. And if you did disconnect from offline and you were set on a home system, you could then get in and play your games. But hey, let's just make everything online.
What was it, like 36 hours or something?
Yeah, they did fix it.
Yeah.
But yep, hey, let's make everything online. This will never happen.
Yeah, so to go along with the whole online-only thing being absolute piss and disgusting, that's just a testament to Microsoft's fucking playtest group. Like, no one's testing Windows patches whenever they're released because they're continuously broken. The empty standby memory is still there, guys. 2.5 years. Anybody want to fix that? I bet that's on fucking Xbox, too. The standby memory thing.
Oh, I bet.
Because it's fucking Windows.
Yeah.
I guarantee if you leave your Xbox on for long enough, games just start to stutter.
Yeah, like most people, because the default for Xbox is that it doesn't fully shut down. You actually have to dig into the menus and turn that off as a thing so that you do a forceful shutdown.
I bet some performance issues are related to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, online only piss. Microsoft, start testing your shit again. Like, Phil Spencer, what are you doing, buddy? My bro. My boy. I love you.
Get off the Bowflex.
Get up. God damn it. I'm trying to have a serious conversation.
Stop getting ripped with Phil.
Okay? This is important.
Getting ripped with Phil.
Getting ripped with Phil.
I do it.
I would go to the gym with Phil Spencer and Randy Pitchford.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Would Randy Pitchford actually work out, or would he do magic tricks that make it look like he's working out?
Holy shit. I'll ask him on Twitter later.
You really should.
Okay. Yeah.
And he'll just delete your post.
Be like, at Randy Pitchford, is it true that when you go to the gym, you're not actually working out?
No, Twitter will ban me. That's toxic.
But you are a toxic gamer.
That's true, but only on the surface level right now. They haven't seen what I'm capable of. They haven't seen my final form yet. Yeah, my Twitter bio still says,
just your average toxic gamer?
in a hot dog digital world.
In a hot dog digital. What were the last couple tweets I had you post up?
That's not a pirate, that's a mushroom. And who has 2 thumbs and makes 1 muffin at a time? This guy. Oh yeah, then there was Space Wolves Hate Magic.
Yes.
Very important.
And accurate.
Accurate. Twitter used to be great until they started banning for being a person. Mm-hmm. Next story.
Are we done the game news yet?
Nope.
No.
Holy fuck.
Dude, it's been like 2 weeks.
There's been a lot of Epic Game stuff happening.
Jesus Christ.
Next up, Fallout 76 patch reintroduces old bugs. And Bethesda proceeds to delete threads and ban people talking about the issue on their forums.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But you know what blows me about that?
Oh my god.
You know what blows me away about that?
That was on purpose.
That means there's still people playing this fucking game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like, someone is online right now playing that game.
Yeah.
There
are thousands of people.
They paid
online
anywhere
playing
from like $20 to $80, depending on how big the sale was at the time, because the game's piss and gonna be free eventually.
I'll just play Rust. I bet Rust is in a better state.
Rust doesn't have any AI either, but it probably is in a better state.
Next up.
Yep. Kris is Googling something intently first.
No, I was just checking that email just in case.
Okay.
Next up, every single NPC in the Outer Worlds is killable. That game from Obsidian, that's not Fallout, but just Fallout.
I thought that was some analogy for real life.
No.
And like, this is it, I'm a serial killer, I'm finally tipped.
Like, there's no,
Everybody in real life you can kill.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But the game, the Outer Worlds,
yeah.
every NPC in the game is going to be killable.
Gonna have children?
No idea. But I guess it's just the point of there are going to be no NPCs that are going to be immune because of their importance for quests or whatever.
It's funny, New Vegas was basically like that. There was like 2 NPCs you couldn't kill or something. Because it's made by the same guys.
There you go.
Actually, when you think about
Boy, howdy.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a good thing. I like. I hope they continue to just release little snippets and talk about things just to let us know that they're not dead yet, and Microsoft hasn't eaten them alive until they release the game.
And then eat them alive.
Stop! Like, don't show footage. Just keep talking about it because the more footage you show, the less interested I am in your game. Yeah. If you get 8 trailers into your game and it's not out yet, I'm fucking done. I'm already written off Mortal Kombat 11. So I was going to have a trailer for each
You didn't write that off the minute you saw it? It was like mumble rap.
Are you kidding? Dude, that guy's SoundCloud is lit.
So wait, but is UI Shaggy actually in the game?
No.
Well,
I don't think so. It might be DLC, but they'd have to go through Warner Brothers, and they won't allow gore for Scooby-Doo characters. Same reason we couldn't have...
Okay, is Shaggy allowed to commit gore? Like, obviously, he can't get gored.
Commit gore.
Yeah. Listen, go commit dog.
Is it just a crime to commit gore?
Go commit not alive. Okay.
Commit die. Alright. Next news story.
Your friends at Nutaku. Nutaku, not...
Nut! They're the porn website
They make porn games.
We downloaded a few of them and they were pretty bad.
I tried. It didn't let me.
They're
fucking trash.
They're
They've released. It's out.
It is out?
It is out as of 3 days ago.
Okay, they have released a boob-shaped console with a nipple on and off switch. It's just like a little Windows 10 box.
Is it Windows 10?
Yeah.
I thought it was an Android machine.
No, it's Windows 10.
So you can play anything on it?
Yeah, even a boat.
Even a boat. On a boob.
That's wrapped in a boob.
On a boob, Windows 10. Dope.
Yeah.
1999, download now. It's
probably shit.
It's like $300?
Because it's a boob.
Because it's a boob. Which means it's $300 of PC hardware thrown into that machine. Meaning it might not even run Windows 10.
Yeah.
So it's got that going for it. Ooh. I imagine it's designed to run all of their mobile games that they sell.
Well, they mostly sell just like 2D...
mobile games.
Yeah.
But you play at home on your boob.
On your boob.
Download the Nutaku boob.
The nut boob.
Starting at $2.99.
Eat your nut boob.
I like how this is where it's going, though. Because, like, I don't know, if Valve had a home console...
It would be shaped like a boob, too.
Well, not exactly where I was going. Not completely off.
It would be a bust of Gabe Newell.
That would be the greatest thing man has ever created. Because Valve isn't censoring games anymore. So, like, half of those Nutaku games are on Steam, as far as I'm aware of.
They keep going back and forth on whether they're censoring them.
They're censoring stuff that's, like, illegal content, like
good.
lolly stuff.
Good.
Yeah. But Sony and Microsoft will not cave at all towards having those types of games. So Nutaku's only way to reach
Your game got titties, get out!
The TV home audience. Well, Sony's that far, basically. Senran Kagura is Nerf. Yeah. And it's not Nerf on... Like, the dating sim one is on the Switch to download.
Yeah, the one where you can rub them.
Yeah. It has the boob physics with the Joy-Cons. Like, that exists on the Nintendo machine. Sony's like, whoa. We don't like boobs.
Well, yeah, because real women don't have boobs because real women are men.
Shit. All this time.
I don't know what you just said, but I was offended by it.
You should be.
That is the general way that most people argue. I don't know what you just said, but I'm offended by it.
But I know I'm offended by it.
I know it makes me angry. Alright, moving on from the boob.
So, last story... scuttlebutt over the last couple days. Seems like, as far as I've heard, nothing's come of it yet, but some really strong rumors coming from multiple sources.
Last of Us 2 canceled.
That Respawn is going to announce and release, like sometime this coming week, or like maybe even as soon as tomorrow, a new Titanfall, a game in the Titanfall universe, Battle Royale, free-to-play game, teams of 60 players, teams of 3, some class-based shooter, and it's not going to have Titans in it. Is the word going around? It's called Apex Legends.
Can I run around and jet around like I can in Titanfall?
So it's not even clear if it's going to have like the wall running, zip sliding, zip zooping, any of that. So I'm not sure what it has to do exactly with Titanfall other than being able to reuse assets, but that's...
Do I have infinite ammo in said game?
No idea.
I don't like battle royale games.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did.
Yeah. The only thing that has me kind of intrigued about it is that they said teams of 3, and it's like, well, there's 3 of us, so that's perfect.
You're gonna have to find a third player though.
You're
I'm out of there. Yeah, no, I do not like battle royale games, and I don't think I ever did. I tried to.
I like Fortnite purely for the cosmetics, and that's it.
Yeah. Honestly, I was only playing Fortnite for the cool skins that I was playing as.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they had a team deathmatch mode, I was like, I'm in 1,000,000%. And then they took it out and I uninstalled the game. Yeah. And it's been a month now.
No, you uninstalled the game because there was an update and you refused to update it. Because it literally...
Oh, that was actually what happened. Yeah, I had reinstalled it after that, and then there was an update I uninstalled. Cause, yeah, that was exactly what happened, because their updates took too long to do, because the Epic Store might be terrible. In every
you would think making all that money, it'd be zip, zip, zip.
No, dude, they're small indie companies.
How do they want me to play their game if it takes me an hour?
Listen, they can't afford to invest any... They can't afford to invest anything into their game. They're too busy throwing out cash to get other games on the Epic Store.
I mean, when you earn $1 billion over a calendar year, I think I'd be throwing money at people. Just saying.
Also, they just had like a big concert in the game where they paid a Marshmallow to play or something like that.
Oh, it's a musical artist named Marshmallow.
Okay, that makes way more sense. So they got a Marshmallow to play a concert in Fortnite.
Did they just play an MP3 and have a bunch of people standing around doing emotes?
That's what he does.
He's just an MP3. Marshmallow.mp3.
Horse-dick.mp.
But
I need to change
he's a skin in the game now.
That's morbid. I don't want to wear a man's skin.
Well, I mean, how can you tell it's a marshmallow?
You can email us at justkindaloafin@gmail.com. That's justkindaloafin@gmail.com.
J-U-J-S-T-M. Manly.
Smooth butt.
Just kind of S.
Somebody said smooth butt.
O.